In this video, we'll take a look at solving this quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. The first thing that is required is that the quadratic equation be in standard form. In other words, all terms are on one side with it equal to 0 on the other side. So we're going to rearrange this, taking 4x to the other side, which turns it into a negative 4x, as well as the 7 to the other side, changing its sign. In other words, we're subtracting 4x from each side and subtracting 7 from each side. We now have our quadratic equation in standard form and can use the quadratic formula by identifying the coefficients of each of the terms in the quadratic equation. The coefficient of our squared term is an implied 1, so a has a value of 1. B, the coefficient of the linear term, is a negative 4, and C, the constant term, is negative 7. We're now ready to replace the values in the quadratic formula with the values from this particular equation that we're solving. So in place of A, we'll put 1. In place of B, we'll put negative 4. In place of C, a negative 7. The quadratic formula is the opposite of B. So here we have the opposite of negative 4, which will simplify to a positive 4, plus or minus B, quantity squared, minus 4, A, which is 1, times C, which is negative 7, all over 2A. Next, we simplify this expression, concentrating the first efforts underneath the radical. Squaring negative 4 results in 16, and multiplying a negative 4 times 1 times negative 7 into a positive 28. Continuing, we'll simplify that expression into 44. And in the meantime, as I mentioned, the opposite of negative 4, the opposite of B, results in a positive 4. To simplify this radical, since 44 is the result of 4 times 11, equivalent expression here to the square root of 44 is square root of 4 times square root of 11. Square root of 4 is a perfect square to give us 2, leaving the square root of 11. If we factor the numerator, since there's a common 2, we have the following, which allows us then to cancel out common factors to the numerator and the denominator. We have a simplified answer here, which we can separate into the two solutions for this equation of x equal to plus square root of 11 or x is equal to 2 minus the square root of 11.